Yeah? How many wins does he have? And how many matches has he lost? What's his takedown like? And how many people has he actually knocked out? There are a lot of parameters that the men in today's video have been judged on. So today, we are going to give these incredible UFC fighters a rest from all the numbers and stats and instead judge them on their looks. No, today we are ranking UFC fighters on the basis of vibes. Before we begin, I want to say that I'm fully aware that every single person on this list is infinitely stronger, healthier, richer, handsome, prettier than me. But that's the beauty of this thing called the internet. You can say whatever you want behind a screen, but there's a way to do it gracefully, and I'm going to attempt that. The first person on the list is Islam Makhachev.
Brother.
We're starting very strong. I think he's a solid A for me. But honestly, if we were looking at Islam from like 7 years ago, or even like maybe 4 years ago, he would have been on the S tier for me. But as of today, he's an A. And let me just reiterate, we are not going to be talking about fighting power or anything of that sort. This is purely vibes and a little bit of looks. But when it comes to vibes, there's this video from his wedding where he's essentially walking alongside his wife in the wedding venue from point A to point B. And while walking, his wife slightly tugs at him, ever so slightly tugs at him. And this man, who can probably fight a bear, stops in his tracks, leans towards her and tends to whatever she was saying. I don't know. She was wearing this long dress, so maybe it was like, hey, let's walk slower, or like, let's stop. I don't know. But there's just something about a very strong man becoming very soft for a woman that is very attractive, good vibes. I like. Next, Sean Strickland. Here's the thing about Sean Strickland, you guys. Let me tell you something about Sean Strickland, okay? I don't get any bad vibes from him at all. He says a lot of out-of-pocket shit, but I never feel like there's anything sinister about him. If anything, honestly, the fact that he says exactly what's on his mind in this day and age of cancel culture, I think we need to applaud that, and if anything, that brings his vibes up. Here's the thing, okay? I actually know somebody who's exactly like Sean Strickland in real life. Like in any given conversation, there's a 99% chance that this person will bring up how my rights as a woman should be taken away, or how like gay people should be stoned. Half the times we know he's kidding. The rest, we just don't know. But I know for a fact that this guy, under no circumstance and under the influence of no substance, will ever touch me inappropriately. And I feel the same way for Sean Strickland, which is crazy because I only know him through a screen. Would I drool if he was right in front of me? Hell yeah. But right now, relatively, I think he's a tier B for me. And also, he would have been tier A if he didn't like beef with the absolute love of my life lately and go a little below the belt. Because if we take a step back from, oh, ha ha ha, entertainment, ha ha ha, men fighting for money, ha ha ha, and you look at like actual stuff that's happening, I didn't like a lot of the stuff that he said because we don't know what Khamzat's actually having to go through. So yeah, just for that reason, Sean's not A right now. Otherwise, I think he would have been on the A tier. Next, we have Arman Tsarukyan. Let me start by saying this. He's a good wrestler. He's also cute to look at. But there's just something about this man that's so off. And my intuitions are usually always correct. And there's nothing that I can point my finger to right now that, hey, this is what he did and that's why like vibes are off and we don't like him. But there's just something, as I said, that's off. I don't know. I'm putting him in C tier. Everything that he does annoys me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe if I was younger, the fact that he shoves like 10 kgs of caviar in his mouth would be appealing. But at 28, everything he does is annoying. The social media people he's hanging out with are questionable. He's trying to appeal to a very, very young audience. And I understand wanting to appeal to like a 16, 17, 18-year-old audience because that's probably like the prime age when somebody who wants a career in MMA would want to start training. But I think he's targeting like an audience that's 11, 12, 10 years old. Anytime somebody does that, it just raises a lot of alarms and just like, I don't like the vibes. So Arman Tsarukyan's a C. Next up, we've got Shara Bullet. What do I say, man? Shara's an S for me. Wow, he's so cute, man. He's so hot, actually. Not cute, he's so hot. There's weight in his voice. Like when he says something, there's like I don't know, like I really like him. I like his fighting style. I like his vibes, the few interviews that I've seen. There's like a little bit of bhondu-ness, but like pure-heartedness and like hotness, and that's a good mixture. We like that. I'm really attracted to Shara Bullet actually. Yeah, so he's an S tier for me. He's above Islam. Yes, that's right.
Hi brother!
It's me, Shaz
Olivera.
Olivera.
Happy birthday to you!
Let's go. We really like Charles Olivera in this household because everybody has good things to say about him, and he's actually genuinely a sweet, very sweet guy. I've seen how he is at weigh-ins, I've seen how he is after fights. He is also the baddest motherfucker right now. I don't think I've heard him disrespect anybody. He posts his wife and kids consistently. What a sweetheart, great vibes, and that's why Mr. Charles Olivera is in the A tier for me. I don't think anybody is ready for the next name, but Khamzat Chimaev. I have one thing to say.
You're like terrorist.
Indeed. Khamzat Chimaev is the first UFC fighter whose fight marathon I watched properly and did an actual deep dive, and maybe that's why he really won me over. Without talking about how he absolutely goes in and dominates everybody in the ring, outside of that, have you seen Khamzat Chimaev interact with kids? What an absolute sweeto. I think he's very misunderstood by people. Also because he did that Allahu Akbar thing, which literally translates to God is king. Allah is king. Okay? And isn't he? Like, aren't all our gods king? Kali Ma's the king. My Christian G is the king. God is king, man. Come on, Jesus is king. The fuck? I think it was rooted in a little bit of Islamophobia. I don't know. That's why people like to call him crazy. He's not crazy. In the last year, he has calmed down a lot. And I feel like he's gotten really closer to God, which is big, huge for me. And in the right way. I can't explain any of it. Khamzat Chimaev is the absolute love of my life. This man is an absolute S tier for me. Even before Shara Bullet. No question about it. In fact, if this were a Swayamvar, Khamzat Chimaev is the one I would be, I can't say much, but if you ever need to hide from the world and from... there will always be place for you in my heart and in my house in Greater Noida West. Alright, this is crazy, but the next person on our list is Sean O'Malley, and this is crazy because the edible that I thought will not hit is just beginning to hit, so please excuse any energy level changes that you may notice. So the thing that I remember him by is that 2 years ago I was on a date with a guy who actually was training to be an MMA fighter, so I should probably check up and see where he has reached in life. Inshallah, I hope he reaches wherever he was aiming to. I was just editing this video and I had to look it up, okay? I had to look it up, and wow, man's got an amateur featherweight bout coming up on the 27th of this month. I am really excited to see how this goes, and probably shouldn't have acted crazy, but great. Very happy to see Indian representation. Let's go, back to the story. We were smoking up and I asked this guy, I was like,
hey, does smoking up so regularly not impact your performance?
And he just goes like,
no, Sugar Sean does it, so it's okay.
Which was a very weird answer because like, okay, I get it. There is somebody out there who's living this lifestyle and still outperforming, but how is it impacting you? So that just left a very weird taste in my mouth. Sugar Sean happens to be on tier C for me. Not because like he smokes up, because honestly that would be the most hypocritical thing I could ever do, but simply because like the vibes are diluted. Other than this incident with this boy I went on a date with, and like the 3-4 fights I've seen, there's not like any significant vibes that I get from him. Next up, we've got Conor McGregor. Everything's out in the open about this dude. We know like the energy is bad. But while we're at it, let's always remember that you still don't know a lot about a lot of your other favorite fighters. Everything that he did came out in the open because somebody was brave enough to report it. But there are so many other people, your favorite artist, myself, so many other people who you don't know a lot of shit about. So let's not villainize anybody, or like let's not get on like a high moral ground ever in life and think that we're better than someone. He's a D for sure, there's no thinking about it. Everybody would usually rank Conor McGregor as like somebody who's only good at mic skills, and that's what I thought for a long time until I did like a whole Conor McGregor fight marathon. And he was a terrific fighter, guys. From my understanding, like the fights that I've seen, he had like the power, like his punches were something. Am I wrong? But like he's still a cunt, so he's in D. Alex Pereira. I think he is somebody who we are going to see in movies and shows. He belongs there. I'm pretty sure because he's got that factor. So Mr. Alex Pereira is conventionally beautiful, and my thing is, if you've already told I'm not into conventionally beautiful men, so Mr. Alex Pereira is a B. Alright, Umar Nurmagomedov. I know he loves to read. बोलते तो मैं ऐसे हूँ जैसे कि मेरे बीड़ू हैं सारे बचपन के, but like everything that I've seen so far. And also I follow a lot of these people on social media to assess what their social media is giving, okay? Whether it's giving ho, whether it's giving sweetu. And Umar Nurmagomedov definitely gives sweetie pie. I see his likes on like a lot of these very cute and sweet posts, very creative posts. I feel like he should listen to his true calling, not feel the pressure of whatever it is that he's feeling the pressure of. If he's feeling the pressure, who the fuck am I? But sweet guy. I think he's got a sweet soul, tier A for me. That's my thing. If you're a sweet guy and if your dil is saaf, no, you just automatically become attractive. Your vibes just automatically go up. Like, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Next up, Max Holloway. To me, he is still a bad motherfucker. You know what's funny? Before I started watching UFC, I used to constantly see this one video of a very young Bachu Max Holloway doing rounds on all of these motivational pages, okay, all these hustler pages. And he's talking about giving up and the fact that, like, you know, if you give up, you're like a certified loser. And I was gonna give up right now because I wanted to just put on some ASAP Rocky and enjoy the beautiful high. But I was like, no, I set out to make this video, I'm gonna make this video. So I'm not a certified loser, Mr. Holloway. I don't think I've heard him also say shit about somebody, like nasty shit. I don't think so. And this past week when the BMF title match happened, I just didn't know which side to root for, okay? So I was just like, can Olivera and Holloway both win? Once a bad motherfucker, always a bad motherfucker. And we really, really like Holloway in this household. So he's tier A for us. Ilia Toporia, undefeated champ, okay? Just like my baby boy Khamzat, he is undefeated. His skills are unmatched and we're not going to talk about that stuff. But like, uska naam bas sun ke aapko kya mental imagery aati hai? Tapori, nahi aata hai dimag mein. But Ilia Toporia is the C for me, man. I mean, I'm 4'11". I want to mate with somebody who's going to give me tall babies. And Ilia, I don't think he can do that. So I think we can all agree that was not graceful, kind of an L actually. And I don't know why I was having so much trouble just accepting the fact that I don't know much about Toporia. I just had to accept that. But honestly, I would not say that the rating is inauthentic. The rating is pretty authentic because that's the vibe that I get from him. He's a short man. And I'm 4'11", and I should be allowed to call short people short, I think. But yeah, not graceful, kind of an L. He's a champ though, and I'm not, so. Paddy the Body! Again, everything that I know about him, I know through a screen. But every time that he's around his wife and his daughters, and he's just so real about it, I really like that vibe. Paddy gives me like a really, really nice, good vibe. And watching his recent we're not going to talk about I think Paddy the Baddy is going to come back very, very strong. I'm rooting for him. And as of now, his vibes are... Honestly, you know what? Paddy the Baddy's vibes are kind of like A tier. Next up, we've got Izzy. And out of everybody, Izzy looks like my ex-boyfriend. Kind of. Izzy is very my type, okay? Just for that one reason, Izzy goes to tier S. I have not watched a lot of his videos. I've seen every single one of his fights though. And I don't think I follow him on social media. I don't know why. Because he would bring me a lot of joy to look at first thing in the morning. Because he's hot, the vibes are good right now. If I ever hear anything weird about him, the ranking might change. Next, we've got Merab Dvalishvili. I have watched so much of his content. I like him. I think he's funny. Chill. He seems chill and enthusiastic. I feel like if I put a vlog camera on his face, I'm like, hey Merab, today we're going to Sarojini Nagar. He would cooperate. You know, he wouldn't be like, nonchalant, like, मुझे तो फर्क नहीं. No, I think he would cooperate, he would be nice about it, he would give his little anecdotes, and I think that's a B. That's a lovely little B. We love you, Merab. I don't know how anybody's gonna feel about this one, but Khabib Nurmagomedov. He's the GOAT, right? Undefeated, insane skills, believes in God. When people were making fun of Tony Ferguson during the whole thing, he like showed a lot of character. He has shown character at multiple times throughout his career, and we've all seen that and we all love that. Look up to him for it. But why does he hang out in Dubai so often now? I find it really weird. And again, just like Arman Tsarukyan, there is nothing that I can point to and be like, hey, but इसने ये क्या है, इसको जानता है, इसलिए like कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, कुछ तो काला है, मुझे नहीं पता. Didn't he say that he wants to make a lot of money just to like show people that like, hey, money is in everything. अब तो बना लिया आपने पैसे, तो अभी आप क्या कर रहे हैं? बहुत घूमता है. Why can't you be more like Islam actually, Habib? वो तो घर पे रहता है ज़्यादातर, इतना तो नहीं घूमता है. दुबई में वो शेखों के साथ तो बहुत नहीं घूमता है. And honestly, if there's anything we've learned in the last quarter, these sheikhs are weird, man. Not all of them, obviously, because that's one thing I don't get behind, generalizing. But like, something's off. But here's the kicker. If Khabib Nurmagomedov is actually the man who we think he is, and that's who he is off camera, behind closed doors, I want a clone of him to be my husband. That is, I think, when I pray to Shivji every day, that's the man I'm praying for. If he is exactly how he tells us he is. If he's not, then he's a B. Before ending the video, I quickly wanted to tell you guys how I actually even got into watching the UFC. So, after my breakup, I was losing my mind, okay? But I didn't want to lose my mind on like Bumble and Tinder and Hinge and all of that. I was instead losing my mind on YouTube, okay? And I'm talking like a good 13 hours a day of losing my mind on YouTube. I think I watched everything under the sun. And that's when one day on my homepage, I saw this shining taklu, okay? And it was Khamzat Chimaev. And I think I watched one or two fights of his, and then I was like, wait, I want to watch more. And then that's how it began. And it's interesting because most of my hobbies usually last like a week or two in my life. And now I've been watching UFC for like a few months. And every day I'm learning new stuff, okay? New like technical stuff about the sport. What are weight cuts? Why are they done? What are the pros of it? What are the cons of it? Blah, 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 all of that stuff. I think one day I'll be at a spot where maybe I can make a tier list of UFC fighters based on skills. But as of today, I enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And if you did, you know what to do. I'll see you guys very, very soon.